Have you ever listened, really listened, to the song our world is singing? The sighing of tide tumbling over stone, or the sound of snow beneath boots? Can you hear the sound of distant drums, or the voice of an elder telling the stories of the people, or a mother's whispered words of praise, of love, of comfort? Can you hear the music of creation, the sounds that expand and enliven and provide meaning to the world around us? Can you hear the song our world is singing? Well, some children cannot. They do not hear the world at all, or what they hear less clearly or differently. They are children who are experiencing hearing loss, and this is their story. Another child is born. A new life has come to help carry the people into the future. So important is this new life, so beautiful, so valuable, that a team of experts makes every effort to ensure the child is a picture of health before he or she goes home to the village. Among their tasks is to screen each and every infant born in the facility to determine if they have normal hearing.
My name is Jess Spurry. I'm a pediatric audiologist, a childhood hearing loss specialist. Using special tests, I can determine whether or not a child has a hearing loss, what type of hearing loss, and what type of help is needed. As an audiologist, I am deeply involved in a program called Early Hearing Detection and Intervention. In the past, hearing loss often went undetected, so it was often years before it became obvious that anything was unusual. It's not like other physical impairments that you can easily see. The most critical period in a child's life for speech and language development is from birth to age 3. Not being able to communicate during the early developmental years due to hearing loss can contribute to lifelong delays in learning and in social and emotional growth. Now with our new technologies and techniques, we can detect a possible hearing loss immediately, before the child leaves the hospital. It is important to remember that newborn hearing screening in the hospital is only a screen and is not a test. The screening cannot tell for sure whether or not a baby has a hearing loss. It's the first step in the early hearing detection and intervention process, but it's only a very critical first step. The success of the whole process depends on the knowledge and commitment of people like you, community health aides and practitioners in villages throughout Alaska.
An important goal of the Early Hearing Detection and Intervention program is to see that all newborns are screened for hearing loss before 1 month of age, preferably before they are discharged from the hospital. But sometimes a village newborn is missed.
I'm going to take a look inside her ears there. Okay.
And this is an important role of the village health aide, to check children's medical records and, with parents and caregivers, to ensure that each and every newborn in the village has been screened. If an infant has been missed, you should refer the infant to the referral physician or public health nurse to make sure an outpatient screening is conducted before the child reaches 3 months of age.
Most babies pass a hearing screening, but some will not. When the baby fails the screening, a second and, if necessary, third screening should be performed. Sometimes a baby will fail because of a temporary factor, such as fluid or wax in the ear canal. However, if the baby fails to pass a third time, he or she should be referred to a pediatric audiologist for further diagnostic evaluation. Work with the child's referral physician to arrange this. Okay. Listen when you hear. You ready? Beep, beep, beep.
All right.
Good boy. Very good. Let's try again.
Do it again? Okay.
Listen. Very soft. Beep, beep, beep. Good hearing. Let's listen through our headset. Listen through the headset.
That makes the beep beep noise,
Yep.
right?
Let's listen through here and see if you can hear them. Good job.
Like
Get ready.
Man.
Get ready. Get ready. Listen. Good hearing. Very good. Okay, we'll take a break on those headphones. Sometimes an infant passes a screening. There is no evidence of existing hearing loss, but the child is found to be at risk for hearing loss in the future, called late onset or progressive hearing loss. Among the primary risk factors for late onset or progressive hearing loss are admission to the newborn intensive care unit for 48 hours or more, findings that are known to include a hearing loss, especially deformities of the face and ears, a family history of permanent childhood hearing loss, certain infections of the mother while pregnant, such as herpes, rubella, syphilis, CMV, and others, parental or caregiver concern regarding hearing, speech, language, and/or developmental delay, infections associated with hearing loss, including meningitis, head trauma, persistent otitis media with effusion for at least 3 months, formerly known as serous otitis media. If a child is found to be at risk, it is important for the health aide to explain the situation to the parents at well child visits. In this way, you can help parents monitor the child so that late onset or progressive hearing loss can be detected at the earliest possible time. Children with high risk factors for hearing loss need to have hearing screenings every 6 months until they are 3 years old. Good one, you can hear it. Shake it. Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
It is also important for you to help parents understand a child's normal hearing and speech developmental milestones so they can follow their child's progress. If the child falls behind these average normal milestones, it may be cause for concern and re-evaluation.
Bear wants to eat.
At birth to 3 months, an infant should jump at a sudden loud noise.
All right, good response.
When you speak soothingly, the child will become calm again. At 3 to 6 months, the child should turn his head or move his eyes to find your voice. He will play at making noises and sounds. When the baby is 6 to 10 months of age, she will react to hearing her name and will begin to understand easy words like no and goodbye.
Look up. Up. Thank you.
At 10 to 15 months, she will repeat simple words and sounds you make. She will use 2 to 3 words other than mama and dada.
What about the duck?
Duck.
When the child reaches 18 months, he will follow simple spoken directions.
Give me 5.
And will use 7 or more true words and should understand approximately 50 words. Finally, at 24 months, the child will understand when you call from another room and will point to body parts when asked.
Point to your ears. Point to your nose. Point to your chin.
Every child is unique and will progress at his or her own rate. Some progress faster than others, and that is entirely normal. And if a child seems to be falling behind the speech and hearing milestones, it doesn't necessarily mean that he or she has a hearing loss. But remember to pay close attention to the child's hearing. If you suspect a hearing loss, refer the child to the referral physician or public health nurse, who will in turn refer the child to a pediatric audiologist to confirm the loss and the extent of the loss.
If a hearing loss is identified, the process moves into the intervention phase. Intervention services begin with an individualized family plan. This plan might include the participation of early childhood education specialists, speech and language pathologists, audiologists, sign language or visual activity specialists, and other professionals. It might also include the fitting of a hearing aid or cochlear implant.
Later on, she may need some speech therapy, learn how to sign, maybe hearing aid.
Although early intervention brings together the skills and knowledge of a number of experts, the heart of the process in rural Alaska is the community health aide or practitioner.
We want to get her into intervention as soon as possible.
It is often shocking for a family to find out that their child has a hearing loss. They are often confused or frustrated, and they will need help to work through grief issues and to answer many questions. Questions that often don't have easy answers. The health aide can communicate with the referral physician or public health nurse to offer both information and comfort to families, can assist with enrollment into early intervention services, and can help the family through a difficult time. The role of the community health aide in the early hearing detection and intervention process is essential. First, it is important to make sure that every newborn in your village has been screened before 1 month of age, preferably before discharge from the hospital. Second, it is important to make sure that all infants who fail the hearing screening receive a diagnostic evaluation by a pediatric audiologist before 3 months of age. Third, you should monitor all infants and children for normal speech and hearing development every 6 months. This can be done at well-child visits or other visits to the clinic. Children with high risk factors for hearing loss need to have hearing screenings done every 6 months until they are 3 years old. Work with your referral physician or public health nurse to get this done. And fourth, if a hearing loss is detected, you should make sure that the intervention phase of the process is started at the earliest possible time. This includes coordinating services between the medical community and the family.
What do I do next?
She'll probably have to go into
Making sure parents understand the nature and extent of the hearing loss and understand the intervention services in the family plan, as well as the expected outcomes.
that'll help her to develop.
The gift of hearing is one of our most important senses. Like our sense of sight and touch, it is at the heart of learning, enlivens our experience, connects us to the world around us. Yet, the gift of hearing is a gift that has not been shared equally. Some children live in a world of silence or hear sounds less clearly or differently. Fortunately, in our time, we have the will, the knowledge, and the technology to help all children experience the world in all its magical dimensions and reach the maximum potential. With your help, every child will have the best opportunity to grow and learn and experience the song the world is singing.
Say more. Say you want more. Say Bear wants more. More. Oh, it's going.